one of your opponents, your first opponent, Khamzat Chimaev, is facing Gilbert Burns. I mean, we've seen where he's gotten to now. How good is Khamzat Chimaev? Like, what was your biggest takeaway from that fight on him as a fighter?
Yeah, and funny enough, I done a thing on Instagram yesterday, and someone asked me how good is Chimaev, and I was thinking about it for a while, and like, it's not so, like it's very hard because it's so circumstantial. Like I fought Chimaev in 6 days' notice. I hadn't trained 6 or 7 weeks prior, which was my fault. I'm not taking anything away from him. I mean, I got out grappled and I got out struck, but like it's hard to gauge how good he is. If I had a full 12-week fight camp and I was well prepped for him and he done that, then I could give you a better answer. But it's very hard to say how good someone is when you didn't have any preparation. That
Yeah.
being said, what he's went on to do, you can't argue that the man's fantastic. And if he beats Gilbert Burns the way he's beat everybody so far, then I think the whole world's really going to stand up and watch even more than they are.
Yeah, from an outside, an onlooker's perspective, the thing that kind of stands out seems to be his strength. Did you notice like that he was stronger than other previous opponents you'd have faced, or no?
If I'm being totally honest, black and white, not really. Morano was so strong. I remember Morano and me had a few exchanges on the ground and on the fence, and I remember thinking he was phenomenally strong. And not that Chimaev wasn't strong, but Chimaev was like he was like a knife through butter with me. I had no like again, I wasn't like I was too slow to everything, but he was just very ahead. He was very fast. But like I would be lying if I said it was anything I hadn't felt before. Although that didn't help me in the night, did it?
Hmm. And how do you see that fight going between Chimaev and Gilbert Burns?
Yeah, I see Khamzat winning. I see, it's hard. Like I don't know. Chimaev's massive. He's a big boy, and Burns is fantastic too, and his grappling accolades speak for themselves. But I just think I just think everything's on Chimaev now, and don't get me wrong, I'd love to see him test it and still come out winning. I don't. I would like to see him, lose a round and then go on to win. Just to see. I'd like to see more of him. Really. So I kind of hope it's not a close fight, but I think he leaves victorious.
And do you think that he can, obviously going in against Gilbert Burns this weekend, but do you think can become UFC champion? Can he dethrone Kamaru Usman?
I don't know. I love Usman. Like, you know what though? Like, as what we've seen now and how he's ran through everyone, like, I would have to say I do. Like, I do believe it, and I think if he does, it's like I don't think anyone has or ever will do what he's done if he can go on and win the belt. Even to what he's done now, to a sense, if he beats Gilbert Burns and then got beat by Usman, even that would be like unheard of, and again, very hard to replicate for anyone.